What's going on, guys? As most of you already know, my name is Chad, and welcome to the MOAB for Dummies Seatown edition. If you guys are new to this series, it is dedicated to helping you guys get the easiest MOABs possible. In free-for-alls, I talk about the strategies, the kits, weapons, perks, all that kind of good stuff. So, with all that said, let's get on with the gameplay. Alright, so we got Seatown up today, and first thing you'll notice is I'm using the M16, which is a horrible choice for this map, but I used all the other assault rifles, and this was one of the last ones that I needed to use because, like I said, I wanted to get MOABs with different weapons on all the maps for this series and all that good stuff. So I'm using the M16. So you're going to see me probably get half the kills with the FMG9s and half with the M16 because trying to use the M16 in close quarters combat is stupid and it will get you killed. So there's a first tip for you. So anyways, let's talk about the part of the map we're going to hold down here, and that's going to be right where I'm at. It's going to be that tall, coned, castle-looking thing in the back corner of the map. And you want to just throw your motion sensor, probably jam it underneath the steps right behind me there, and no one will see it there. And then as far as working this area goes, there's a spawn down below there where I just was, in that little swampy little area. There's a spawn right out that window that I just shot that guy at to the right. And then there's a couple of various spawns in that building that people like to camp that I'm looking at. I keep looking at that ladder, and there's a couple, you know, down this long line of sight there where I'm aiming in that big building. So there's some spawns around. The thing with this map is it plays ridiculously slow. And I hate to say it, but you could probably get a quicker MOAB just camping in that middle building that I keep looking at right here, because that's where everybody goes. They keep just pouring into that building, and you could probably throw a motion sensor in there and use some kind of like akimbo FMG9s or striker or some kind of, like, you know, PP90, some close quarter weapon. You could just stay in that building the whole time, and the only thing that's going to kill you is a dead silence assassin user, but that's going to kill you anyways. So anyways, I don't want to condone that behavior. I don't like camping in a building in a corner, but you know, if you're looking for a faster MOAB, I suppose that's probably the best way to go on this map. But as far as being safe and getting the easiest MOAB, this is probably the place. I've got several on this map, but they all seem to take a long time. I've literally gotten 5 of them where it was within the last 10 or 15 seconds of the match. And I don't know, like I said, this is just how this map plays out. I think it's just because of all the buildings and all that kind of good stuff. But yeah, like I said, this is going to be the safest area. And as you see, I kind of patrol the bottom of this of these stairs. I'll go all the way down to the big arch. I won't go through it though. And then I will go up the ramp into that, you know, the 2-story building that I keep looking at. I do that occasionally, but I wouldn't recommend that because if somebody comes up those far stairs by the white truck there, you could get flanked. You could get shot in the back if you're not paying attention. The one spawn that's in this building that I'm in right now is the one that you could really take advantage of, and after watching this video, I really noticed that. Every time I walked out of that building, someone seemed to spawn in there, or every time I killed someone when I was out of that building, they spawned right there. So if you run out the front of the big round dome and kill someone out there, they're probably going to spawn inside of it, right behind the stairwell. So, you know, it's something to think about. It's abusing the spawns a little bit, but that's part of free-for-all, is knowing where the spawns are. And see where that guy spawned right there? Right as I was running in. That's the place I'm talking about. They just keep spawning right there over and over and over and over. So anyways, again, you got the video to figure out exactly how to work the map. I'm not going to keep, you know, rambling on about it. Let's talk a little bit about the guns, I guess. Like I said, I wouldn't recommend the M16. I really wouldn't recommend it for too many maps. I mean, like I said in the past, the Type 95 is, it outclasses it, but you will get some hate for the Type 95, so I don't know, if you want the burst fire weapon that you're not going to get hate for, use the M16, I suppose. But the only way to really use the M16 is with rapid fire and a red dot. If you don't mind using the iron sights, you go rapid fire silencer. And it does kill in one less bullet at range than the Type 95, but the Type 95 with rapid fire shoots faster, so it kind of negates the one more bullet that it takes to kill people. But anyways, don't use the M16. This is a total SMG map. Use your favorite SMG. I mean, any of them. MP7, PP90, P90, MP5. I mean, I could just name them all. They're all going to be better than most of the assault rifles and you know, LMGs and sniper rifles and stuff like that, because most of your battles are going to be at this distance right here, between, you know, 20 and 30 yards at the most. Some of them are even closer than that. That's why I keep having to use the FMG9s. If I had the PP90, I could just hip fire these people and be done with it, you know? That would be my choice for this map. Maybe PP90 with rapid fire silencer. Try that out. As far as the perks go, I've talked about this in the past now. I went back to using Scavenger Pro, Quick Draw Pro, and Dead Silence Pro to start out because there's no point in using Blind Eye Pro and Assassin Pro at the start of a free-for-all match. Neither one of them are going to help you out. Obviously, there's no air support, no UAVs up. So put Assassin Pro first in the Specialist pack. Second, I usually go Stalker Pro. And then third, I'll go, you know, it doesn't matter. Hardline Pro if you want that one less kill, or you can use Steady Aim Pro or something like that. I would recommend Hardline Pro. This game, I don't think I was using that exact setup in the Specialist pack because... Actually, I don't even know why. It looks like I have Stalker there. I can't really see. But again, I keep saying, you know, the Specialist pack is made to get the bonus. And once you get the bonus, you have all the perks anyway. So use whatever you think is going to help you get you there quicker. Obviously, in free-for-all, I always recommend starting with Dead Silencer because anything that you hear is going to be an enemy, unlike, you know, team-based game types and stuff like that. As far as the equipment goes, I don't think I've talked a whole lot about it in the last 2 episodes, so I don't know. I'll cover it a little bit here. You guys know I am a huge advocate of the portable radar, motion sensor, free UAV, whatever you want to call it, in all game types. I don't care if people think it's cheap. I still don't understand why people think it's cheap. It's in the game, you know. You're handicapping yourself if you don't use it, especially in team-based games because your teammates can use it. I rush around 99% of the time in team-based games, but it's still helpful because, like I said, your teammates can see it. You throw it in the middle of the map in a high-traffic area, and your teammates can watch your back. You can see if you're getting flanked. You know, it's a great piece of equipment. I recommend it for everything. So I always use it in free-for-all. And like I said, I threw it at the bottom of these steps here, so that kind of covers that. As far as lethal goes, you know, whatever. That's your own personal preference. I would, in the past, I recommended, you know, the Bouncing Betty or Claymore just because it will protect you from that Dead Silence Assassin user one time anyways. And then after that, you're kind of on your own, but at least it'll help you out that one time. I think I have C4 in this game because, like I said, I got a sick fetish for C4, and I don't know why, but I always seem to have it on, so I don't know. That's what I use, but again, it's personal preference. If you're more comfortable with a Simtex or a frag or, I don't know, throwing knife or whatever the hell you use, go ahead and use that. It doesn't really matter. It's not going to have a huge impact on the game. As far as the actual gameplay goes, you know, like I said, this map always plays slow for me. I've had some really quick free-for-alls on this map when I stay in this building right here. So, again, if you guys want to do that, if you feel more comfortable doing that, that's fine. It's a little more high traffic area. It's a little harder to stay alive because there's several different ways to get in it, but you know, this is just one of those weird maps that there's so many buildings that it slows the gameplay down a lot. So you could see the score was fairly close for most of the game. But the thing with getting a MOAB is, as long as you keep it within 3 or 4 kills, even 5, you know, you can call it in at, what, 1250 or whatever it ends up being, 1200 if you're using hardline, and you end up winning the game even if somebody's a little bit ahead of you. So you just got to make sure you stay ahead of, you know, that score limit a little bit, and you'll be fine. And you can see I just got the MOAB there. I'm calling it in, and essentially when I get the MOAB, I'm calling it, I just try to stay alive to, you know, preserve that flawless, because again, that's one of my other goals, was not only to use a different weapon on every map, but have 30-0 gameplays on every map too. So I think it'll be pretty cool when it's all done. I'll have 13 maps, 13 flawlesses, and all different weapons. It'll be a cool playlist, you know, you guys can share it with your friends and stuff like that. So anyways, the game's wrapping up. Again, if you got a MOAB using any of these strategies, let us know in the comments below. I love to hear the success stories. If you have any questions, let me know. So let's get on to the recap page. The video on the left is a quick fly-through of the new Modern Warfare 3 map Overwatch, so if you haven't seen that yet, check it out. The video on the right is my Gotham City Imposters first impressions. For those of you wondering, no, I probably will not be playing that game anymore. If you haven't subscribed already, click on that yellow subscriber button. Follow me on Twitter and Facebook. I will leave the links in the description below. And as always, guys, I appreciate all the support. I will catch y'all later. Peace.